Hello and welcome to our Benedictine Spirituality for Home and Work program. I am Deacon Hilary Bengochair. I am not an expert by any means on Benedictine spirituality, but I'm a traveler, a journeyer, a person like you who lives at home with his wife, children sometimes, and grandchildren, and hope and try to implement the Benedictine spirituality, the rule of Saint Benedict, and to apply it in a home setting, with homework, with a family setting. And this program is an attempt for us to journey together, the members of the program, in trying to implement the Benedictine rule in a home and work context. I think it is a very, very worthwhile endeavor, and I really wish that more persons will join. But for those of you who have joined, I would like to ask you to invite others to join so that we can have a nice group journeying together. By journeying together, I mean that we will be sharing our successes and our not so good successes and seeing whether what works and what we can improve on, how we can adapt the rule, how we can make it relevant for everyday people living at home, working in the world in the 21st century. The rule of life of Saint Benedict has been successful for over 1500 years, and it is still successful today. Not too far from me, there is an abbey, and I visited for many, many years. I visited, and I hope as part of this program to do some interviews with them. And being so close to the Benedictine Abbey, to the Benedictine monastery, I became enchanted and somewhat attracted to how can I implement that sort of life in a home setting. Today, many recognize that the rule of Saint Benedict can be applied outside the monastery walls. In fact, there are books which calls Beyond the Walls, Beyond the Monastery Walls, and utilizing and implementing the rule of Saint Benedict outside the walls of the monastery. Probably we can say within the walls of a home yard. So it is a very exciting program and an exciting journey that I hope, and I'm glad you're with us, and I hope all of us could encourage others who will join us on this journey. We can consider the rule of Saint Benedict as a way of life, a rule for a way of life that first of all was developed for monks, for them to live together, but we are taking that rule of life and applying it to a new setting. We are adapting the rule and making the rule applicable into a new setting. It is at its core, I believe that Benedict teaches us to live an ordered life. At its core, my formator in becoming a deacon was a religious sister, and she told me that the gift of the religious orders to the world, starting with Saint Benedict, is living ordered lives. And I think that's so important in these times. In these times with social media, with technology, with the fast pace of life, with this rapid change, with things coming and going, with news, with media, with artificial intelligence, with robotics, with all of these things happening, I believe that having an ordered way of life is very, very important for us to maintain our sanity and for us to grow our spirituality. That ordered way of life has three pillars, according to Benedict. It is the pillar of work, it is the pillar of prayer, and it is the pillar of study. That every single day is divided up in an orderly way, at which sometimes we are working, sometimes we are praying, and sometimes we are studying. And that is, we try to set a rhythm of life, a routine where we can focus on this ordered way of life. In fact, it is said that that people who are successful live ordered lives. And my formator tried to drill that in me. And I believe that that's the basic principle of the rule of Saint Benedict. And I am hoping that we can all work on that. Saint Benedict likened the monastery to a workshop, and at other times a school. And he was saying it is a workshop or a school in order to teach spirituality, for us to learn spirituality. And I believe that similarly can be said of our home, that our home can be a home, can be a place, a sacred space where we learn to live out spirituality, that we learn to live in a way that each member of the family grows and develops their spirituality. It is working on that routine of work, prayer, and study. Just a little bit about that routine. For St. Benedict, they have adopted the liturgy of the hours, which is a church doctrine that the day has number of slots with their appropriate prayers, and it's called the liturgy of the hours. There are seven breaks or 7 spots or moments in the day when you do a particular type of prayer. And we will be going through the liturgy of the hours as part of this program. But for now, to start off with understanding that we can simplify it to having morning prayer, noon prayer, evening prayer, and probably night prayer. And by following the liturgy of the hours, we can do these prayers. We could also adapt the prayers. We can do the Angelus and say, well, the Angelus at midday fulfills that prayer at midday. The important thing is that we are journeying together, and we will be sharing our experiences, and we will find out what works, what does not work, and how can we adapt it to make it relevant for us in the 21st century. So we have specific hours where we pray throughout the day, where we stop work and we pray. And even in office settings, we can apply this. Even in office settings, even on the way to work, we can apply this. We can say, well, okay, while I'm traveling to work, I will be doing my liturgy of the hours. Today, there are so many apps that allow this, that you can hear it playing, you can have audio while you're driving, and therefore you can convert your traveling time into doing a morning prayer and having that morning prayer recited for you while you traverse on the way to work. The important thing is keeping the principles and adapting them accordingly. For me, I have a Kindle, a paper white Kindle, and I study by reading my Kindle. I try to have my books on my Kindle, which allows me at night time, even when I'm lying on bed, if I should wake up in the night, if I should get up early, if I should find difficulty in going to bed, in going to sleep, then I can switch on my Kindle and I can put in my hours of study. So I have adapted my hours of study, my hours of prayer, and my hours of work. For me now as a deacon, my hours of work, a lot of it is church work. And I am trying my best to put it all together. So I am so happy that you have joined the program and that together we are journeying. Another important thing in the program is for us to find that the, the program is one of communication. It is not a one-way communication from me doing videos or posting insights or writing presentations or putting PowerPoint presentations up. It is getting your response, getting your post. And the platform allows us to do this. So I encourage you for us to make it interactive, for us to be able to discuss issues, what works for you, what doesn't work, how are you finding it difficult to understand and apply those principles of an ordered day and stick into a routine and a rhythm for your day. Is that possible for you? How is it difficult? How can you adapt it? I look forward to having you on the program. I look forward to journeying with you, and I hope that we will all be able to imbibe that spirituality of Benedict, and we will all grow in our spirituality. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to traveling with you.